Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening, everyone. Okay. So today will be the last lesson for Sīla, morality. Then I want to quote one sutta, one famous sutta in Digha Nikaya, Sutta number 31, Siṅgālovāda Sutta. Siṅgālovāda Sutta. So in this sutta, we can learn the most comprehensive teachings of the Buddha on ethics and social responsibility for lay devotees, especially for lay devotees. So therefore, the commentary mentioned that this sutta, Siṅgālovāda Sutta, talk about vinaya for lay devotees. Vinayas. Vinaya means rules and regulations, right? Rules and regulations. Vinaya for lay devotees. Gihi vinaya. So when we talk about vinaya, people normally think vinaya is rules and regulations for monks and nuns, right? The commentary mentioned Siṅgālovāda Sutta talk about gihi vinaya. In other words, these are the rules and regulations for lay devotees. Siṅgālovāda means advice to Siṅgāla. Siṅgāla. Siṅgāla is a young man who is always who listens to his parents. When they pass away, he normally pay homage to many directions. Pay homage to the east direction, west direction, north, east, underneath, and above. 6 directions. He always pay homage to 6 directions. And the Buddha met him. Why he is doing so? He said that he followed advice of his father, especially his father. And the Buddha talked about definition of pay homage to the east direction, and definition of pay homage to 6 directions, like that. So regarding with the below direction, so there are responsibility for to workers if you are a boss, if you are a boss, like that. So regarding with the east direction, so the Buddha refer to parents. If you are a children, if you are a child, so you have responsibility to your parents. So if you fulfill your responsibility to your parents, you are paying homage to the east direction. So the Buddha is providing another definition. Actually, in Buddhism, we do not pay respect to any other directions, any other directions. So I think up to now we have learned dana, right? Dana is just given to people, right? It can be to monks and nuns, it can be to your parents, it can be anything, right? Even to animals. If you are feeding an animal, it's called dana. Not only animals, insect, right? In the drain. So Dana is very simple, right? Very simple. It can be practiced by anyone. It's nothing to do with the religion, right? Now morality. Up to now we have learned, right? We have learned many morality, especially refraining from 10 unwholesome causes or actions, right? That's the Sīla. Now we talk about responsibility as a Sīla, or duty as a Sīla, morality. If you fail to fulfill your responsibility to your children or to your parents, so that means you break your Sīla, breaking Sīla. So here I want to show only a few of them. So we have 5 duties of children. If you are a child, you have 5 responsibility mentioned in Siṅgālovāda Sutta. It may not be relevant in Singapore. But anyway, let's see how the Buddha taught, right? Number 1, I will look after my parents who brought me up. It is relevant to anyone, right? The parents look after you. So for that reason, you need to look after your parents. Number 2, I will support them every time they need help. Do you do that? If you do that to your parents, you are fulfilling your Sīla. So here, Sīla is as in morality, Therefore, before we start, I think the first day of the lesson for morality, I talk about Sīla as a responsibility. It is mentioned in the Vinaya Pitaka. Uddha abripurendo Sīlana abripurati. If you do not fulfill your responsibility, you are not fulfilling your Sīla. Whether as a parent or child, as a student or as a teacher. So responsibility is important, right? So here, I will support my parents every time they need my help. So that is your responsibility. Number 3, I will maintain the family lineage. As a Chinese, right, you normally maintain your lineage. So this is a responsibility. Maybe it is in line with the Indian custom, an Indian cultural background, I will maintain the family lineage, right? As a Chinese, you maintain your family lineage, right? Like a Lin family, right? Like that. Li family, like that. So you maintain your family lineage. So this is your responsibility. Sometimes this duty is not in line with the current human right, right? Globalization, right? Globalization. The number 4, I will use the inheritance properly. So the parent may give you inheritance, maybe house or car or business, anything. So you will use it properly. Then the last one, when my parents have passed away, I will offer gift to virtual people and share the merit with them. So this is a responsibility for children, right? For that reason, people normally come to temple and share the merit. So some people, they share the merit for their parents. So their parents passed away 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. Even then, they still come to temple because it's a responsibility, right? Recently, we have an interview about novice ordination, and one participant told us that he wants to share the merit to his parents. Because of that, he ordained as a novice. So in that way, he will accumulate a lot of good deed. So he will share that good deed with his parents. So it's good. It's a responsibility as a children, right? As a child. So actually, this is also in line with the Chinese tradition, right? So ancestor worship. So every time, twice a year, right? You always go to a cemetery and you do some offering. That's also one of the responsibility of children. So if you fail to do that, actually here is two options. If you believe that you are Titavara, you do good deed and you share the merit. So that will be ideal way of sharing merit, right? Then if you want to follow Chinese tradition, you can also do so, right? You go to cemetery and you offer physical food and everything. So if you fail to do that, you break precept. Precept is not about refraining from killing, etc., right? So you need to fulfill your responsibility. So this is for the children. How about for parents? And in that sutta, the Buddha talk about 5 duties of parents. Number 1, parents keep children from doing bad. So you need to tell your children not to do any unwholesome deed. So this is a responsibility. So you have to tell them. You have to tell them not to do any evil deed. So this is one responsibility. Another one is parents support children in doing good deed. So you need to show the way. You need to tell them how to do good deed, like how to respect to parents, how to respect to neighbors, etc. Right? Parents train children in a profession. So that me as a parent, nowadays I think if the children become 80 years old, they are free to do. They are free to choose their own profession, right? So, and as a parent, you need to train your children to have a good profession, a good job, until they get a good job. That's a responsibility for parents. I don't know, in line with the parents in Singapore, right? Then another one is parents find children suitable spouses. So this one is the controversial one, right? Controversial one. And so therefore, in Indian custom, right? So they have a arranged marriage. So they're trying to match their children with other people. So nowadays, I think this one, as a parent, of course, you need to check where their their partner is good or bad. Anyway, I think you should give some suggestion, and you should make some arrangement. So this is a little bit controversial. Number 5, parents transfer the inheritance to the children in due time. In due time, you need to transfer the inheritance. I don't know whether here you reserve inheritance for the children. You do, right? Normally, no. Not all, right? Not all. Yeah, maybe not all. But according to Siṅgālovāda Sutta, advice to Siṅgāla is advice, So whether you follow or you don't follow, it doesn't matter. If you can follow, you are fulfilling your Sīla. So you have a responsibility as a parents. So you need to have a reserve for the children, right? So any question regarding with these up to here? The point I want to show is fulfilling your responsibility, whether you are children or parents, whether you are teacher or students, you have a same responsibility. And also I want to show 5 duties of lay devotees. If you are lay devotees, you have 5 responsibility. Number 1, by having recluse with a kind heart. So that is physical health. If they need, so you have a responsibility to help them. A kind heart, a kind heart. Then by talking to them with a kind heart. So you have to talk to them respectfully with the full of kindness, full of kindness. And recollecting them with a kind heart. So you need to think about recluse. Recluse means religious leaders, religious leaders. So that it talk about how to say loving kindness by body, loving kindness by speech, and loving kindness in mind. So you need to have metta or loving kindness to them. Then number 4, by leaving the gate open for them. Is it easy? No. So it actually is a idiomatic expression. It means inviting them to accept food. So you, if you are lay devotee, if you consider as a lay devotee or a certain recluse, so you need to invite them to accept food. So that means, because I think you need to know this tradition, because religious leaders, normally they go to houses to collect food, right? If you close the door all the time, the monks will not get the food, right? So therefore, you need to open the gate. And by providing them with the material need. So you need to provide material need with them. So this is a 5 duties of lay devotees. If you fulfill, so that means you are cultivating morality or sila. In return for that, we have a 6 duties of recluse, religious leaders. Number 1, recluse keep a lay person from doing bad. If a lay person is doing bad, so you need to talk to them not to do that. You need to prevent them from doing bad deed. And number 2 is they support him in doing good. So you need to talk to them, you need to support to do good deed. Then number 3, they advise him with a kind thought. So when you are advising lay devotees, must come from the heart, the loving kindness. And they teaching the Dhamma. So when they are when they are meeting with them, you need to teach the Dhamma. Then number 5, they clarify what he has already learned, what she has already learned. Clarification. So you need to clarify. So that means number 4 is teaching the Dhamma, and number 5 is repeating the Dhamma. So sometimes we need to repeat what we have taught. In that way, your doubt will be clarified, right? Clarified. And the last one is they explain the path to heaven. People will like this one, the last one. So the monk, the recluse should explain the path to heaven, the path to heaven. One of my devotees told me that I will offer you whatever you need, just send me to heaven. So actually his ambition is to go to heaven. So these are the 6 responsibility of recluse. So the main point I want to highlight is not only this. Actually, there are so many things, so many advice given by the Buddha in that sutta. So the duty of how to say the workers and the duties of the boss, etc. And duties of friend, etc. And good friend and bad friend, like that. So there are so many advice you can find in that sutta, Siṅgālovāda Sutta. So this is one of the famous sutta in Digha Nikaya. So this sutta is named after a young man called Siṅgāla. BTS, Buddhist Society in Myanmar, they use the word Siṅgāla. But Thai and Sri Lankan version, so they will use Siṅgāla. Siṅgālaka. Siṅgālovāda. So actually, wherever actually the names are not very important. Siṅgāla or Siṅgāla, it doesn't matter. Just the one you mentioned, right? Okay, so the main point is responsibility as a Sīla. If you fail to take responsibility as a children, so you break the Sīla. As a parent, same thing, right? Same thing. So therefore, we have two type of Sīla. Earlier we talked about this, right? Number one, avoidance Sīla. So you need to avoid some of the unwholesome actions, right? Unwholesome actions. Number two is practice Sīla. Some of the Sīla you need to practice, like your responsibility, right? Your responsibility. Any question? Okay, no question. Then when we start our class, we talk about three kinds of Sīla. In other words, three categories under the Sīla according to commentaries. So these three kinds of morality as a part of the basis of meritorious deed, Paññā Vatu. So as you all know that we have 10 basis of meritorious deed, right? So under the Sīla, we have 3. Under the Bhavana, another 3. Under the Dana, 4, right? Under the Dana, 3. Under the Bhavana, 4. Altogether 10. So now, let's talk about 3 categories under the Sīla. Number 1, morality. We already learned that. Number 2, respect. We haven't learned yet, right? And number 3, service. We have a chap. Morality we have already learned. So now I want to talk about respect. Paññā. Sometimes we translate as reverence. When you respect to somebody, it is Sīla, It is a good deed. And of course, it must be sincere. If you give respect to somebody, your boss, without sincerity, it's not a paññā, Must be sincere. Another one is service or volunteering. We have a chat. So these are the Sīla. So now let's talk about respect or reverence. Respect, paññā means paying respect to those who excel you in age, morality, integrity, and wisdom. So you pay respect to those who are older than you and who have a much more morality than you, who have integrity and wisdom, etc., etc. So therefore, you pay respect to the monks, right? To the monks. You pay respect to your parents. You pay respect to your aunties and uncles. That is a paccayana. It can be offering a seat. So when you go on the train or on the bus, when you see senior people, right, senior citizen, and you give the seat, it is a paccayana, respect. It's a meritorious deed, higher than giving dana, giving dana. But on the train or on the bus, we have a one seat, one or few seats reserved for them. Reserved for them, right? If you follow rules and regulation, it's not a paccayana. If you, if you offer with the sincerity, with the respect, then only it will be a paccayana, right? A paccayana. That's important. And bowing down your head, if you bow down, especially in Japanese culture, right? Japanese culture, they normally do like this, right? It is a kind of respect. And saluting according to one's own custom, one's own custom. Some people may salute by taking out their hat, right? Their hakiya, sorry, what is it? Hat, right? Hat. Some people, they will take out they will close their umbrella, right? In this way, they are showing their respect. When you come to temple, you take out your shoes, right? That is a respect. That's a respect according to custom, right? Custom. Taking out, take out, right? Take out your shoes is a controversial right now, right? Controversial. Actually, it's nothing to do with the Buddhist teaching. It is a more like custom, Indian custom. So when you look at Western custom, so they do not take out their shoes, but they take out their hat, right? So different customs. As long as you're showing your respect to somebody, that's called a paccayana. So later we will talk about one sutta called Soṇadaṇḍa Sutta. So in that sutta, after listening to the teachings of the Buddha, Soṇadaṇḍa became not a full 100% devotees of the Buddha. He had full respect to the Buddha because he is a Brahmin and also in very highly respected Brahmin in Sampa area. So he do not acknowledge as a devotees of the Buddha, and maybe we can call it Sampadaisa, right? He have a full respect to the Buddha. Therefore, he said that when I take out my hat, consider that I pay respect to you. When I take out my hat, consider me as I pay respect to you. Because as a well-known Brahmin, he do not have a 100% respect, humility or maybe, right, to the Buddha. Okay, because in India, Brahmin caste system is very strong, right? So they consider the Brahmin caste is the highest. So after that, Khattiya, the king, and ruling caste. Then after that, merchant. After that, the war caste, right? and putting your hand together, right? Nowadays, it became a global custom, right? Normally they do this. It is a paying respect to somebody, right? It is also good. So when you pay respect to somebody, then it is considered as a morality, moral conduct, an ethic. According to Mangala Sutta, we can say that we have two kinds of respect. Number one, paying respect to those ought to be revered. In Pali, Gārava, reverence. I will say that paying respect to the senior people. That is the Gārava. And number two is Nivada, humility, showing meekness and humble behavior is considered as a respect. Without conceit, you don't have any conceit, you don't have any vanity. It is a Nivada, humanity. I would say that this is a showing respect to the juniors. I would say that two type. If you show respect to seniors in terms of age, in terms of morality, etc., that's called Gārava, reverence. If you pay respect to the monks and nuns, that's a Gārava, reverence. If you pay respect to your children, that is humility, right? If you pay respect to the junior people, right? So it is a Nivada, humility. But in the Mangala Sutta just mentioned, paying respect to those ought to be revered is called Gārava, showing meekness and humble behavior to anyone is called Nivada. So number one is more to do with the superior to you in terms of age, in terms of ethic, etc., right? Number two is more or less to everyone, especially maybe junior people, right? Junior people. So two aspects of respect. So when you pay respect to anyone, that is morality, moral conduct, right? Moral conduct, Pāccāyana. Okay, any question?
Hi, Bhante. So you say that it's very important for us to be sincere,
Okay.
right, in our respect. But now that we have a growing older workforce, so it's very likely that you have a younger boss that you need to work for, right? And sometimes they may not be. It's probably difficult for the older people to respect sincerely.
Okay.
A younger boss, that's an example. Or even someone who is more senior. We always talk about earning respect, right? But here, when we talk about, how Buddha approached it, he says we need to be sincere in all our respect. So how do we grow this sincerity in respecting someone who are probably more junior, especially, and we may not be very convinced
Okay.
in respecting that person from the aspects that you are highlighting?
Okay, it's a good point. So therefore, when you look at two aspects of respect, I think it can be understood, right? So even we show humble behavior respect to juniors, right? If you respect to them, they will respect you, right? Of course, it's not easy because it's Sīla, right? Normally we have our conceit in our mind, I am, senior to you, like that, right? So we have a conceit in our mind. We have a kind of mana in Pali. Mana is comparing mind. We try we're trying to compare with other people, right? I am a boss. Don't talk to me like that, right? Normally we have an arrogant manner as a boss, as a boss, as a parent. I am a parent. Don't talk to me anything. Normally, right? We have an arrogant manner, right? Arrogant manner. Some people, they are very meek, very, very meek, very humble, tender heart. Even the children talk to them, they will listen carefully with the respect. So when you listen to them with the respect, the children will respect you. If you suppress, normally, the children will not like. Of course, they will listen to you until they grow old, But when they grow old, then they will revolt, right? And will revolt, the parents. So therefore, I think two aspects. When we see older boss, of course, it's easier to pay respect to him. When the boss is younger, difficult, right? Then we have to, of course, he is the boss. Anyway, he is higher post, higher status than you are, right? So therefore, we need to give a due respect, right? Due respect. But here in Mangala Vihara, Pandit Sīla is a chief monk. So I have to pay respect to him. Respect me, it doesn't mean I bow down, no. I have to inform what I want to say, what I want to do, like that, right? In terms of seniority, I'm in older. So therefore, Pandit Sīla pay respect to me. So we have a mutual respect. So that is a apachayana. It's a good deed, right? So even though the boss is younger than you, so they deserve due respect. So we need to respect their status and their post, right? So I think because of that, if we have a due respect, mutual respect, so that will not a problem, right? Not a problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. So can I just summarize that perhaps we should take note of the comparing mind that we have, so that we can be more sincere in the respect? Because I think my concern is, to have that sincere respect. Because like even what you have just explained, it could be just a duty. You just want to respect that person because they're in that position, but it's not coming from your heart. So how can we grow it more from coming from the heart to a person whom we think that is not worthy of our respect?
Not worthy of your respect.
Correct. Yeah, so that's the point. So that's why I thought like maybe we should be taking note of our comparing heart, probably just reduce the mana.
You're right. Sometimes our senior is not worthy, but anyway, he's senior to us, right? So we need to, anyway, we should respect to his seniority, huh? Seniority. It's more to do with our mind, right? Conference. So here, nivada, humility. Okay, any question? Thank you. Here.
Bhante, I go back to the duty of the children. Suppose if you are the son, regarding lineage to the family, does it mean that you have to get married and have sons?
Oh, it's according to Chinese custom, right? Son is important, right? Son is important. It doesn't mean so, I think. Maintain the family lineage here, me. Suppose Mr. Lee Shin Loan, his father, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, is very good person, founding father of Singapore, right? So, in the case of Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, he maintained this good custom or good lineage, good lineage. His father had done good to the country, people of Singapore. As his son, he maintained this status like that. Suppose if your parents are well respected in one area, you maintain that, status. So that should be the way I did. Of course, if we take it culturally, and both China and India, so they have so much favor to the son. According to their custom, son maintain their lineage. So, according to Buddhist teaching, I would say that even though Buddhism stems from India, normally the Buddha rejects all these ideas. He even in Siṅgālovāda Sutta, Siṅgāla is paying respect to the 6 directions, right? And the Buddha of course, the Buddha do not say those are nonsense, but the Buddha define how to pay respect to the 6 directions. So the parents are considered as the 6 directions. So if you fulfill your duties as a children, so you're paying respect to each direction like that. So in this regard, if we take it culturally, then according to Chinese and Indian custom, right? So having a son, it's not so. No? Okay. Then I think no more question, right? Then let's talk about another one, service, Vayavacha. Service. So we are dependent on each other, right? If you are a child, you depend on your parents. If you are a parent, you depend on your child. So as a students and teacher, I depend on students depend on teacher, like that, right? So we are dependent on each other. We need services from other people. Here, to run a class, it's not really easy, right? So we have volunteers who help us. So without their services, we cannot run the class, right? Cameramen and also volunteers. Because of that, we can run the class peacefully. So we need services from other people. At the same time, we also need to provide our service too. Suppose if you need service from your community, right, local community, you also need to keep your service in one way or another, right? So we have a responsibility as the government. So the government will take care of citizens. Then citizens, they have to pay their tax, right? So reciprocate, right? Reciprocate. So providing services is very important. You get services from Mangala Vihara. You need to provide your service to Mangala Vihara as well, This is a Vayavacha, right? Vayavacha. So therefore, when students finish their YMBA, so we request, please return your service for the YMBA, in any form, in any way, as a teachers or as a secretaries, in any way. That is service of Vayavacha. So therefore, we can run Sunday Dhamma classes with the help of many people, teachers, secretaries, and also many other volunteers. So Vayavacha service is considered as a Sīla of morality. It's higher than Dana. It's higher than Dana. So people can donate, right? Many people can donate to the temple. But only a few people can provide their service. Only a few people. We can understand, right? Providing service, giving your service to community or the temples, not easy. Some people, they provide their service to their relatives, right? Not only the family, They provide their service for their auntie, uncle, etc. They're fulfilling their sila, It's very higher than donating, Higher than donating. So I want to talk about one thing, Charities Aid Foundation from United States. Normally they give, they report all giving index every year. All giving index and every year. So they're trying to make a poll, the most generous countries in the world. The most generous country in the world. So the Botok Charity Aid Foundation include questions about 3 different types of giving behavior. 3 different types of giving behavior. So based on those behaviors, they will decide which country is generous, which country is not. So we call it the World Giving Index. Number 1, helping a stranger. So they will get the poll from the many people during 1 month. I don't know exactly. I forgot the duration. During 1 month, whether you help a stranger, right? There's one behavior. Another one is donating money. Donating money is not easy, right? So you need to make money by using a lot of your time, right? Donating money is not easy. Or during a few months, whether you donate money to somebody, like that. This is one area. And the last one is volunteering time. Whether you volunteer to one organization or your community or like that. Volunteering time. Here, volunteering can be service, right? Whether you provide your service to your community, for your country, right? For country. So based on 3 areas, they were questioned, and they will decide which countries are the most generous country in the world. 2018, Singapore stands 7. Singapore stands 7, number 7. Most of the time, actually, Indonesia, 1 and 2, like that. Myanmar also, top 10 country, United States, Australia, New Zealand. So these countries, they are the most generous country in the world because they help a stranger and they donate money and volunteering spirit. They volunteer, they give their, they volunteer and they provide their service. So when you look at war giving index, donating money is not enough, right? So you need to provide your service as well. And when you are meeting with a stranger, make sure that you give your time, When somebody asks the way, right? Where to go, then trying to help them. But they need your service, right? They need your service. I think many of you noted that in Singapore we have a kindness movement, right? Kindness movements. Normally they take this short video showing people helping strangers, or treating neighbors friendly, close, treating their neighbors with the kindness, So when they are going to market, and they will ask the neighbors whether you want me to buy something like that, right? It's not very common in Singapore, right? Normally, you trying to stay, separately, So kindness movement. So they normally upload some of the video. So they are trying to promote kindness in the society. So helping a stranger, is important. It's important. Normally, Singapore stay maybe 40, 50 like that in the war giving index. I think in the long run, the new generation, especially new generations, will make it much different to Singapore. Okay, any question regarding with the service? You have any question? No question, right? Okay, so 3 categories under the Sīla. One is the morality. Another one is the respect. Under the morality, you may have 2 aspects, right? 2. And avoidance. So some Sīla need to avoid or refrain from unwholesome wrongdoings. And some Sīla need to practice good things, right? Good things. And another one is paying respect to people and also providing your service. That's considered as a Sīla, morality. Okay, so now I want to talk about 5 benefits of Sīla. If you are observing Sīla, if you are paying respect to people, or if you are providing your services, so there will be 5 benefits. You will have 5 benefits. Number 1, accumulate much wealth because of heedfulness. When you have a Sīla, you'll be able to accumulate a lot of wealth. You are not doing gambling, right? If you gambling, if you gamble, you will lose in the long run, right? In the long run, normally, generally. If you have such a misconduct, if you have an affair with outside of your marriage, then you may lose your property, right? Wealth, like that. So if you keep precept, you'll be able to accumulate much wealth because of heedfulness or mindfulness. Then number 2, you will acquire a good reputation. If you keep precept, so people will know you a good person, good person. Acquire a good reputation. Then number 3, you'll be able to approach the assembly confidently and compose. If you observe Sīla all the time, you are full confident to meet with the people, right? If you are breaking Sīla, no confidence. And you will be calm, right? You will be peaceful. And number 4, you will die unconfused. Without confusion, you will die if you keep precept. If you break a lot of precept, you will die with a lot of confusions. And the last one, you'll be reborn in a good destination, in a heavenly world. if you keep 5 precepts, at least 5 precepts, you have a good rebirth. Good rebirth. So when we talk about dana, we learn some suttas that say some people are generous. As a result of generosity, they will have a good rebirth. But there is one exception. One exception. You must be virtuous. Without sila, you cannot have a good rebirth. A good rebirth, right? So these are the 5 benefits of sila. And then this one is very clear, right? Very clear. So we can see in Anguttara Nikaya and also in Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Digha Nikaya. Then I want to quote one sutta, which is very beautiful. The name of the sutta is Ākankheyya Sutta. Ākankheyya means if you wish. Ākankheyya means if you wish. Majjhima Nikaya, sutta number 6. So in that sutta, the Buddha is talking to bhikkhus, to the monks. If a bhikkhu wish to win love and affection from your companions, from your friends, if you want to have affection and love from your companion, from your friends, if you want to get 4 requisites, robes, food, shelter, and medicine. If you want to bring great fruits and benefit to support us and deceive relatives. If you want to bring great fruit and benefit to support us and deceive relatives. So therefore, normally before we transport the marriage, it is advisable to observe sila, so that your sharing of the merit will be much more effective. Then, if you want to lead a holy life happily, the Buddha is talking to the bhikkhus. If you want to live a holy life as a monk and nuns happily, if you want to transcend fear and dread, when you go, sometimes when we stay alone at night, right? There will be fear in your mind. When you stay in the forest alone, there will be fear in your mind. When you go to cemetery, there must be fear. There might be a fear in your mind. Then what to do? The Buddha gave advice, If you wish to obtain jhanas, 4 jhanas, if you want to become a stream enterer, Sotapanna, if you want to become once Ratana, Sakadagami, if you want to become a non-Ratana, Anagami, if you want to attain various miracles, Paññā, supernatural powers, if you want to become an arahant, what to do? Let him fulfill the precept. Sila is very important. Sila is the foundation to attain all these one, right? All these one. Not only sila, the Buddha said, be devoted to internal serenity of the mind. You talk about samatha. And not neglect meditation. And be possessed of insight. So the vipassana, right? Vipassana. Dwell in empty head, in a quiet place. The Buddha said that if you want to have a love and compassion from your friend, if you want to get 4 requisites, if you want to live, homeless life happily, and when you want to attain jhana, and if you want to become sotapanna, etc., and if you want to attain supernatural powers, if you want to become an arahant, you need to fulfill the precept. And you need to have a samatha and vipassana. So here I want to highlight sila. Sila is a foundation to get everything, right? To attain nibbana. So therefore, later next year, we'll talk about 7 stages of purification or purity. So the first one is Sīla Visuddhi, the purity of Sīla. So to start our journey to attain Nibbana, we need to start with the Sīla, pure morality. So therefore, Sīla is important. So now I want to quote another sutta. It's called Kimattiya Sutta. Kimattiya means, what is the purpose? Kimattiya means, what is the purpose? What is the purpose and benefit of wholesome virtual behavior? What is the purpose of observing Sīla? The Buddha said that the purpose and benefit of virtual behavior is non-regret. So when you observe Sīla, when you have a virtual behavior, there will be no regret in your life, right? So therefore, in the Buddha said that you will die unconfused, right? Without confusion, you will die when you are virtuous. What is the purpose of non-regret? It is the purpose of joy. The purpose and benefit of non-regret is joyous feeling in your mind. When you have a Sīla in your mind, you don't have any regret in your mind. No regret, that means you are joy feeling. The purpose of joy feeling is rapture. Based on joyous feeling, you have a stronger joyous feeling. It's called rapture, piti. When you have a piti, your mind will be tranquil. You have a tranquility in your mind. When your mind is tranquil, you have the pleasure in your mind, sukha. When you are pleasant, when your mind is pleasure, then you have a concentration, samadhi. When you have a samadhi, you will have the knowledge and vision of things that they really are. You will have a samadhi or concentration, you will know the nature of your mind, the nature of your body. When you know the nature of your mind and body, you know everything, right? The nature of the mind and the body of other people. Knowing the true nature of things, it means namarupa. What is the purpose of meditation? We are meditating because we are developing concentration, right? We are developing our samadhi. When you have a samadhi, then you will know, you will have the knowledge and vision of the things as they really are, the way they really are. The true nature of your mind and body. If you know the true nature of your mind and body, what is the purpose? What is the benefit? It is disenchantment and dispassion. Disenchantment and dispassion. When you really know the nature of your body, then you no longer have any attachment to your body. Because you know the nature of this body. This body is full of, disgusting things, right? Normally we trying to divide, we're trying to analyze this body into 32. So when we analyze in terms of 32 parts of the body, then nothing to attach. Huh? So this is called disenchantment. So when you have a disenchantment, you will no longer have any passion or craving or attachment. Nibbida viraga. When you no longer have any attachment to your body, to your mind, what happens? Then your mind will be liberated. Liberated from negative mental state. We call it vimukti jnanatasana, the knowledge and vision of liberation. Your mind will be liberated. No attachment, no lobha, no hatred, no dosa, and no delusion, no moha. So you will have a liberation from those negative mental states. If you do not have any negative mental state in your mind, and you are free from any type of suffering, any type of suffering. So when you look at the purpose, right? The purpose of Sīla, right? The purpose of Sīla, it will generate, even Nibbana. So here, when you have a Sīla, you will not have any regret. No regret, you have a joy. If you have a joy, then rapture. If you have a rapture, then tranquility. If your mind is tranquil, you have a pleasure in your mind, sukha. If your mind is pleasant or pleasure, then you have a concentration. The concentration will generate the wisdom or understanding things as they really are. Yatha Buddha Jnana Darsana. Yatha Buddha Jnana Darsana. Then when you know the real nature of your mind and body, then you will no longer have any attachment, disenchantment. And you no longer have any passion or craving. Nibbida viraga. So when you no longer have any attachment to your mind and body, then you have the knowledge and vision of liberation. Your mind will be liberated from negative mental state. So therefore, Sīla is the foundation, right? The foundation to attain Nibbana, right? To attain Nibbana. Okay, any question up to now? Okay, no question, then I will go to the last sutta. This will be the last sutta for Sīla. Soṇadaṇḍa Sutta. Tika Nikaya Sutta number 4. This is a very beautiful sutta. Very beautiful sutta. Soṇadaṇḍa is a well-known Brahmin and also influential Brahmin in Samba town. When the Buddha visited there, so he went to go and visit to the Buddha. And his disciples suggested him not to go because Master Gautama must come to you because you are well known, you are influential in this area. You shouldn't go to Master Gautama because many people in the Samba town, they go to see the Buddha. Right? He see in front of his veranda. So he went to go there, and his disciple, his followers, many followers, suggested him not to go. But ultimately, he rejected their suggestion, their advice. And he went to see the Buddha. And he has one worry, one anxiety in his mind. If the Gautama Buddha asks me a question, if I cannot answer, it will be a shame to me. He has this thought in his mind, Then when Soṇadaṇḍa paid respect to the Buddha, then the Buddha asks a simple question. Soṇadaṇḍa became very happy. Wow, this question is very easy to me, I think Gautama Buddha knows my mind, According to Soṇadaṇḍa Brahmin, so the Buddha asked question. The Buddha asked a simple question to him. What are the criteria of a truth Brahmin, a good Brahmin? Then Soṇadaṇḍa said there are 5 criteria. I think here I have already talked about it, right? This is a repeating or clarification, So according to Soṇadaṇḍa Brahmin, there are 5 criteria or quality of a true Brahmin. So yet, without the last 2, one cannot be called a true Brahmin. So here, before I talk about this, according to Buddhism, whether a Brahmin or an outcast, it doesn't depend on the caste you were born or the family you were born. It depends on your morality and wisdom. Only 2 quality, 2 quality. It depends on your actions, right? It depends on your actions. In some places, the Buddha even said that just wearing the robe, you cannot call as a monk, as a true monk. It depends on our actions, our actions. So actually, the Buddha's standpoint is very clear. It depends on our actions, right? As a monk, if you are doing unwholesome things, no, we cannot call you out. Even though you wear the robe, no, not a monk like that. So here, 5 qualities of a truth Brahmin. Number 1, a Brahmin was born, must be a well-born, pure descent to the 7th generation. As you know that India caste system is very strong, even today, because of their history background. So I think many of you know that Aryan, they came from the West. So when they come to India, because they are more handsome, their physical expression, they are more beautiful and more taller, more handsome. We can call it they are white people, right? White people. So when they come to India, they met with the Dravidian, local descents. So they are black, ugly, and short, Dravidian, especially in the North India, right? So people are black. People have a black color. Their physical expression is black, and also they are short, and also ugly. So not to mix two, two races. So they laid on 4 caste system. The Brahmin, the Aryan, so they are higher. And also second, a ruling member of society, the kings, right? They are second. And the merchant. And the last one is workers, or of course they are workers, and also lower caste people. Especially they consider Dravidian as a lower caste. Even they consider as an outcast. So they lay down this caste system because of historical background. So they don't want their children to mix with the Dravidian, right? So here, one rule is if you want to become a true Brahmin, you must be pure descent to the 7 generations. Number 2, well-versed in the Vedas. The Vedas are the Brahmanic scriptures. Number 2. If you want to become a true Brahmin, you must be well-versed in the Vedas. Number 3, must be handsome and pleasing appearance. Because most of the Aryans, they are white, right? They are handsome. And number 4, must be virtual behavior. And number 5, must have a wisdom. Number 4 is Sīla in Pali. Number 5 is Paññā in Pali, wisdom. But according to commentary, so their wisdom here means you must be able to do the first and second passing to hold the sacrificial ladder to pour the batter, batter, into the sacrificial fire to please fire God. I think you know that the Brahmin, so they are religious leader. When somebody want to have a blessing from the God, so they will offer some ingredients like a batter and rice, etc. Ghee, so coconut, like that, coconut juice, etc. So the Brahmin, they will put all these batter, ghees into the fire. And the fire will produce smoke, right? And smoke will go to the heaven. All the good deed, all the information, the smoke will bring all the information to the God. And the God will please you like that, right? So this is according to then, wisdom hear me. You must be able to perform this rise and retreats. So these are the 5 criteria according to Soṇadaṇḍa Brahmin. And the Buddha said that, Soṇadaṇḍa, can you reduce one factor, one criterion out of these 5? Can you still consider as a truth Brahmin? Soṇadaṇḍa Brahmin said, yes, we can reduce 4 criteria. And we will reduce, what is it? But weapon, right? Not this one. Actually, second one he will reduce. He will reduce second. Whereas in the Veda. Whereas in the Veda. And number one. Yeah, number one. If you reduce well-born and pure descent to the 7th generation, if you have 4 other quality, we can still call a truth Brahmin. And the Buddha said, where, Soṇadaṇḍa, can you still reduce another one? He said, yes. Whereas in the Veda. Whereas in the Veda. I think he said number 1, number 3 first. Even though you are not Hamsan, you can stay considered as a truth Brahmin. If you have a whereas in the Veda, if you have a pure descent in 7th generation. And number 4 and number 5, Sīla and Paññā. Then the Buddha said, can you still reduce another one? And the Buddha reduced number 2, whereas in the Veda. Whereas in the Veda. Even though a Brahmin is not whereas in the Vedas, Brahmanic scripture, still considered as a truth Brahmin. Must have 3 qualities. Well descent, right? Pure descent from 7th generation. And you have a Sīla and Paññā. Then the Buddha say, can you reduce one more criterion? Then his followers made noise. Master Soṇadaṇḍa, do not answer this question. If you answer, you are following teachings. You are following teachings of Gautama Buddha. Then Soṇadaṇḍa said that. Wait, I want to say, be quiet. I am your teacher. I am your teacher. You should be quiet. I will talk to Gautama Buddha. Then Soṇadaṇḍa said that, yeah, I can still reduce another one more. That's only 2, right? Sīla and Paññā. Only 2. If a Brahmin has 2 qualities, Sīla and Brahmin, then can call truth Brahmin. So then, of course, his follower made noise, a lot of made noise. Why you are talking like this? You are following teachings of the Gautama Buddha in that way, because the Buddha said only Sīla and Paññā are important, right? If you have a morality, if you have a wisdom, enough. So the background where you were born, not important. The place where you stay, not important. Only Sīla and Paññā. Sīla and Paññā. Then Soṇadaṇḍa taught to his follower. I will give you an example. Suppose my nephew is a guy, right? My nephew, a Brahmin, a young Brahmin, he is Hamsan. He is well versed in the Veda literature, and he has a pure descent in 7 generations. If he is doing unwholesome things, killing, stealing, etc., can we call a truth Brahmin? And his followers say, no. That's what I want to say. If a Brahmin has the two qualities, morality and paññā, we can call it truth Brahmin. Then the Buddha said that, Soṇadaṇḍa, can you still reduce another one more? Not only two, right? Sīla and Paññā. Can you reduce one more? Soṇadaṇḍa said, no, I cannot reduce. At least must have two qualities. Right? So therefore, Sīla and Paññā are important. In Soṇadaṇḍa Sutta, we can understand that even though Sīla is foundation for purity of the mind, Sīla alone is not enough. Not enough. And the Buddha clearly rejected the theory of contemporary teachers who claim that fulfillment of Sīla alone can acquire the purity of the mind. Some teachers may say that observing Sīla or following rules and regulations is not enough. You must have a wisdom of paññā. When you study 7 stages of purification or purity, then Sīla is the foundation. Sīla is foundation. Then based on Sīla, you need to develop paññā. And the other stages are samadhi and paññā, right? Samadhi and paññā. Sīla and morality, Sīla and paññā are mutually supportive, the Buddha said. And also, Soṇadaṇḍa Brahmin agreed to that. So Sīla and paññā cannot be separated. The Buddha said that if your hand is dirty, if your one hand is dirty, you need to use another hand to clean. Right? So if your one foot is dirty, you need to use another foot to clear your dust, right? Dust, etc. Like that, Sīla is purified by wisdom. Wisdom is purified by Sīla. So these two are important ones. So according to Buddhism, according to the Buddha, Sīla is like a feet. Paññā is like an eye, right? Even though you have feet, a good foot, if you do not have an eye, then you cannot walk properly, right? And you will bump into wall, etc., right? You may have accidents. Even though you have eye, then if you don't have feet, then you cannot walk, right? Like that. So Sīla and paññā, they support each other. They are supportive. Cannot be separated. So when you learn Soṇadaṇḍa Sutta, we understand teachings of the Buddha. Sīla and paññā must go hand in hand. They decide whether you are good or bad. Your background, family background, and the place that you stay, not important. According to Buddhism, then I want to quote one verse from Vaisala Sutta. One is not a Brahmin by birth. One is not an outcast by birth. Action, only action, bodily action, verbal action, and mental action. Your action will decide whether you are a Brahmin, holy man, or whether you are an outcast, an evil person. So here also, in Soṇadaṇḍa Sutta, we understand Sīla and paññā are the more important qualities in our life. It will decide whether you are a true person or a bad person, right? Okay, so if you want, one question, if you want. So that will be the end of our lessons about Sīla. If you have one question, you want to go back? Okay, let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho parakato bala viriya samangi Tan sukatan saranatamu Raga viraga maninjama sokan Dhamma masangkatama patikulan Madhurami mambaguna suvipatan Dhamma mimam saranatamu pemi Yata chadena mahapa Chatusu susisu purisa yukesu Attacha pogala dhammata sate Sangami mansaranatamu pemi Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone.